calling to get my car towed. Hello world! Welcome to my channel. My name is Shanay and I am a travel and lifestyle content creator. Today I am traveling to Cleveland with baby Bamba for the first time, and I'm super excited because this will be his first time meeting my family, and we're going to be having the baby shower in Cleveland. In the Senegalese culture, they celebrate the baby after they're born. So we took on that tradition by doing the baby naming ceremony 7 days after he was born. So it's a baptism and baby naming ceremony. And then we are going to be heading to Cleveland this weekend, or today I'm going to Cleveland, but the baby shower is going to be on the 29th. We're going to head there a week early, and we're going to stay for about 2 weeks just to spend time with family. If you have experience traveling with the newborn, please give me some tips down below on what you do to help make the ride comfortable for both you and baby. As you can see, Bamba is super fussy right now. I just changed his diaper and we're all packed up. I just need to close our suitcases. I'm waiting for Musa to get home. I think he went to go get a haircut. But what I'm about to do is probably go and get me some food. We're gonna leave for the airport probably about 10. Our flight doesn't leave till 12:45, but this is my first time traveling with the newborn, so I just want to make sure that I get there early and we get situated and comfortable, so we're not rushing, because I won't be able to like rush how I normally do when I'm solo traveling. He's calm now. I think I'm about to put him in the ring sling and walk over to the Indian restaurant and get me some food. The craziest thing happened. Our car started to overheat, so we actually are at the gas station.
On the back.
Huh?
The back.
Okay. It's 11:30 and our flight leaves at 12:45, so I ended up having to call a Lyft, and they should be on their way to pick us up. We're at the gas station now. We just put coolant in the car. It's crazy that tonight of all nights this will happen, because this has never happened before. And Bamba is upset because he's hungry, and I fed him a little bit while Musa was putting the coolant in the car, but he's still fussy. So as soon as we can get to the airport and sit down, then I can finish feeding him so he can sleep. But he'll sleep once I put him in the ring sling. Joy is just not doing what she needs to do for us to get to the airport. It's so crazy. I'll keep you posted. Hi, I'm calling to get my car towed.
Sure, I can help you with that, man.
Okay,
What
thank you
happened
so
to you?
much. It started to go hot, and then we put coolant in it, and we waited for it to cool back off, and then we were gonna take it back home. On the way home, it stopped. Hello? Yeah, they're setting it up now. It was 150 something.
Did you pay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So they're coming now. Oh my gosh. Literally, I call myself being on time to this flight because this is my first time flying with the newborn, and this happens. The car overheats. Musa now is stranded because the car just stopped completely, so I had to call the tow truck to get the car towed. I missed my flight because we didn't get the lift until 11:30. By the time we get over to the airport, the traffic is backed up like you would never believe. And the traffic is normally always backed up, but this time it was ridiculous. And the worst part about it is that Delta actually upgraded me to a first class seat tonight on this flight, and I missed it. So luckily though, I called customer service and they were able to book me another flight for tomorrow at no additional cost, thank goodness, because when I first was talking to them, they were saying the price difference for a flight change is $900. And then the guy's like, okay, well, I'm going to transfer to this other lady and maybe she'll be able to get it at no additional cost. Then when I talked to her, she's like, it's going to be 700 plus. And I'm like, I can't do that. That's too much. So she's like, okay, 1 second, let me check. So she checked and she's able to get me a new flight for today still, but just at 1 p.m. at no additional fare price. So now I'm like, should I stay in the airport or should I go home? I really prefer to go home because that's 12 hours. It's 1:30 a.m. now, and the flight doesn't leave until 1:30 p.m. during the day. So I'm gonna go home, but I'm just like, if I wait for a lift, who knows how long that's gonna be, because getting in and out of this airport is ridiculous. This is not an ideal situation. We are in Atlanta now on a layover. We got about 10 minutes before we board the plane, and I have first class seating this time. So that's exciting because this will be my first time sitting in first class. And I was upgraded because your girl is silver medallion status now with Delta. So that's exciting. We got about 2 hours left on this journey. Once we board the plane, I think it's only gonna be like an hour and a half flight, and then we will be in Cleveland finally. I'm ready to get home and just relax and rest because it's been a long day. And yesterday was super long too because we didn't get home till like 2 o'clock. No, like 2:40-ish in the morning. And then Musa didn't get home until 30 minutes after us because Joy is not working at the moment, so he was taking care of that. I really hope it's not a serious issue and something that's going to be super expensive. Let's just fingers crossed that it's a easy fix that's not going to be super expensive. But Joy is currently out of commission. We just got on the plane and I'm loving our seats. We have so much space where we are. This is a nice experience. Shout out to Delta for putting us in first class. I really appreciate that. Okay. This is perfect because now we have more room to stretch out, and then I need to change him. So I can change him without being so close to the next person. Hopefully nobody is sitting right here next to me, and then that's the husband stuff with. But yeah, we just got on the plane and I'm loving all the space we have. Actually, by the time we got home and went to bed, it was like 3 in the morning. So it's 8 a.m. EST the next day. And I'm doing some work now in the Business and Travel Accountability Club. Just checking in on our weekly goals. Bamba is here sleeping. Traveling with the newborn was good. He did good, actually. He did really good. He did good for the first flight because we had a layover in Atlanta. So from LA to Atlanta, he basically slept the whole flight. Right at the end when we were exiting the plane, he got fussy, but that's just because, you know, we were at a standstill and he was starting to get hungry. So I just stood up, and then once we started to exit the plane, he was good. He went back to sleep. And then when we got to our next gate at Atlanta, I was able to feed him there. So that was all good. He ate good. And then by the time we got on a plane, he was chilling. So pro tip, when you fly with the baby, during takeoff and landing, feed them, whether it be from the boob or from a bottle, because it helps keep their ears from popping. One of the flight attendants told me that, so I was like, oh, that's great information. And then there was something else that I wanted to mention. I got nursing clothes from H&M, so that was also really helpful too, because I was able to feed him with the nursing clothes that I got. I had one of the tank tops on, so it unbuckled at the top here, so I just unsnapped it and I was able to feed him while we were on the plane, and it was fairly discreet, so that was good. And I knew that I was going to need those nursing clothes because I don't have many tops where I can comfortably nurse him without being exposed. And by the time we got to Cleveland, he was asleep again. I had to change his diaper during the flight. And actually, the changing table was pretty big. It was a nice, comfortable size. It was in the bathroom on the plane, and you just fold it down. And it's a pretty big surface space. So I put down his changing mat and was able to change him in there. The only issue I would say with the changing the baby on the plane is I needed the water. And you know, with the water, you have to push it and hold it in order for it to stay on. So that was a bit, I would say, frustrating, because I used a washcloth to clean them and I needed to have the water running so I can clean the washcloth. But I needed two hands, and one of my hands had to be holding the water to push it down. So that was one thing that was kind of a bit of a downside, but not really a big deal. Oh, during the flight from Atlanta to Cleveland, I just walked up and down the hall, I walked up and down the aisleway to kind of get him to calm down. After I changed him, I changed his clothes too, because he had a blowout. And then by the time I sat down, he was calm. His eyes were still open. He was still up, but he was a little bit more calm. And then he finally went to sleep. So all in all, I had a great experience flying with the newborn for the very first time. Even this lady on the plane complimented me. She was like, he did so good. And she was like, when we got to Atlanta, she thought that was our final stop. And she was like, oh my gosh, you have another destination to go to? And I was like, yes. And so she was like, you did so good. That she was telling Bamba. So we did good. I'm glad, because I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But we did really good. So I'm proud of him. And we'll see how things go on the return.